Hi, so I come back from a photo shoot that I shot yesterday in the city center here of Lausanne in Switzerland with the Leica SL2-S and the Summilux 50mm. I posted that, you can see it up here. If you want to go check the behind the scenes and the results of a photo shoot with the 50mm. I can now tell you my thoughts about this camera, what I thought after seeing the photos, after seeing the quality of the photos, and after playing a little bit around and seeing what you can get out of it. I think it is an amazing camera. The SL series is more of the professional side of life, and I'm going to tell you everything, all my thoughts in just a few seconds. Alright, in this video we're going to talk mainly about my pros and my cons of this camera after using it for a while, what I think is an improvement over the previous version, the SL2, which is not inferior, or this one is not superior, it's not like a better camera, it's just a different side model for different purposes and reasons, which I'm going to tell you more about. So let's dive into the pros. Alright, so we got IBIS, so the body is stabilized, the sensor is stabilized. That is very good when you go in low light situations mainly, because this camera has half the megapixels of the SL2, so that's one point. It has only 24 megapixels versus 47 on the SL2, which in turn means that it is better for low light because the megapixels capture more light. So if you have an IBIS on top of it, like the previous version, it helps you to not have shaky footage and be able to capture good photos. On the video side of life, when you go in low light or lower light, you can go with the ISO higher, and also you're not gonna have shaky footage, which is very good. It has the same OLED display. The EVF is also amazing. One side note here, which is a bit of a con on the EVF, I had some trouble while doing the shoot. I was putting it close to my eye and it was sort of blinking on and off. It happened only a few times. I don't know if it's software or hardware issue, but that came up. Otherwise though, the quality of the EVF of this camera, this guy is just amazing. Like the Leica Q2, for example, the Q2 monochrome, they have amazing OLED EVFs that just blow my mind away because it really looks like you're looking at real life. There's zero lag, there's zero anything, and the colors are vibrant, and they can show you already how the photos are gonna come out, which is really cool. It is IP54, so if you guys go in dusty or humid environments, this should hold up pretty well. You can shoot up to 4K 60p 10-bit. That is great because 60p allows you to do some slow-mo if you want on your footage. It is not 120p, but 60p is plenty for what I normally use and need. In case you want to stabilize your footage a little bit, or in case you want to slow-mo, this is perfect. A note here, which is a particular pro with this camera versus the SL2, is the fact, like I said, that you have less megapixels, so in low light it's gonna have better video quality. There is no 29 minutes limitation on video recording. That can be cool if you're someone who likes to shoot, I don't know, interviews, or you like to shoot for a longer period of time. You're not gonna have the limitation of 29 minutes like you have on the SL2. It can go up to 100,000 ISO, and even at 100,000 ISO, it still keeps up pretty well in terms of quality. It is still usable. I usually tend to convert my photos in black and white when I go so high with the ISO, so that the grain doesn't bother me as much as with color, which becomes noise. But at least you have the possibility to do that thanks to the new sensor. They're using a CMOS BSI sensor for the first time, and that in turn again helps for low light. So everything I'm telling you so far, almost all the pros of this camera are geared towards shooting in low light and having a better low light performance. That is for some people. Some people like to shoot in studio, like to shoot outdoor, like the photo shoot I did yesterday. Using the SL2 would have been the same, with the difference that I would have had 47 megapixels. I'm not printing a poster with it, so I don't need that many megapixels, but I'm just saying, depends on what you do. There's no better camera, they're just different. Also, this camera is a whopping $1,000 cheaper. Okay, now let's talk about a few cons that I found while I was going through my shoot, while I was using this camera. One of the cons that I found is that there's no tilting screen on the back, because obviously you have all the buttons here that are connected to the screen, the monitor. That's something that could be useful, because I found myself going all the way down to the ground and trying to literally almost touching the ground with my head, trying to take a low angle shot of the model. That's something that would have avoided me doing that. Another, I would say con, but I don't know if it's a con really, it's just a difference, is, like I said, the megapixels. And one other thing is, I'm used to, on most of the Leica cameras that I've been using, the Leica Q series, the Leica M, usually have an aperture ring on the lens. This one doesn't have a physical aperture ring. You can open it from the different dials, you can map them and so forth, which is fine, you can get used to it, but I'm personally more someone that likes to visually see what's happening in the camera and be able to just change the aperture rapidly and see which stop I'm at while I'm shooting. Because yesterday when I was shooting, I had to find in the corners, I'm sure you get used to it, but I had to find where my aperture was at, or look on top here and, you know, change it. I would rather have a physical aperture on the lens itself, but this is not something about the body, obviously. Some think this is a con, some don't. I'm just gonna mention it. It doesn't have 5K recording in this day and age. Most cameras come with 5K now, even if it's just 24 or 30 FPS, but this one doesn't. Do I shoot 5K? Never. But is it something useful? You could, for example, an interview or something that you want to shoot where you want to then be able to crop a little bit in. You're gonna lose less quality if you are in 5K. Now, in terms of other little details or changes, you have the Leica symbol here that's been blacked out, so it's more stealthy. I don't know if, I mean, it's a big camera, so even if you go out with it not showing the Leica writing here, I believe it's just a way to differentiate the two of them. Here also the model is all blacked out, so you see right away if it's the SL2 or the SL2-S. I guess that's the reason why they did it. In terms of battery, once again, so you pop, you take it out exactly like the Leica Q and the Leica SL2. This battery works great. I shot around 460, 480 photos yesterday in the end with the shoot that I did, and I had around 70% battery. So it performed actually really good, better than I thought. So these are my overall thoughts on this SL2-S camera. I will be reviewing the SL2. Hopefully I'll get the 75mm with it so I can do another photo shoot with that lens. Get a greater compression of the background, get a better bokeh, a shallower depth of field, and overall the looks, I mean, it's a portrait lens, so it does give a difference versus the 50mm, which, by the way, was an amazing lens because it's very versatile. You can use it for a lot of things, not just portraits. You can also use it for anything, basically. You can really use the 50mm for everyday life. So there. These are my thoughts. I am very happy and very pleased with the quality of the photos. I've been showing them to you of this photo shoot throughout this video. If you have any questions, if you would like me to review the SL2, put it down in the comment section below. Thumbs up, subscribe if you didn't do it yet, and I see you like always in my next video. Bye.